Hi, everyone. Welcome to Girl Scouts of Silver Sage. This is our Cookie Bites series. Today we'll be talking about finding customers. My name is Kim Ross, and again, with Girl Scouts of Silver Sage, I'm here with Kim Husin. She is Kim version 2.0, the upgrade, reaching us here today from Houston. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us. And Kim, why don't you take it away?
Sounds good. Gotta find the button to click the next slide. All right. So with talking about finding customers, we are going to talk about who are my customers. We can talk about who can help find customers. A lot of these are going to be from the girl perspective, since the girls are supposed to be the ones finding their customers. We'll talk about social media and how it's both a tool and something to make sure that we're safe on. We're going to talk about how to sell in person or how to find customers in person, and then some tools that we can use to reach different customers and in different ways. So who are my customers? Finding customers is easy. You close your eyes, spin around, stop, point, open your eyes, look, they're everywhere. Advice from an older scout to a younger one. Can't remember which older scout I heard it from, but I heard it in one of my cookie meetings. Customers can be anywhere. They can be your family, the people who live in your house. They can be family who don't live in your house. They can be friends, your parents' friends, your caregivers' friends. They can be teachers and school staff, people who work with your caregivers, neighbors, people at church or your house of worship, people who are at your or your siblings' sporting games, events, people who are involved in other clubs that aren't Girl Scouts, people who are at places you go, people at the bank, people at the frozen yogurt shop, people at the coffee shop. And another one is anyone who has been a cookie customer of yours in the past or a product customer of yours in the past. Any person at or businesses themselves could be customers. Now that we've kind of figured out some customers, looking at ways to kind of maximize those opportunities with those customers. You can overcome that objection of, oh, I don't eat sugar, or, I don't need some extra cookies just kind of sitting around my house. Well, you could donate cookies through Operation Cookie. They help get a package of cookies to a military veteran organization. You can purchase them as a gift. Cookies make great gifts. They're great in the freezer. You can give them to somebody later on. You can use upselling tactics. These are ways that, I'm sure you see it all the time at the grocery store. Buy this, get that. Ways that you can convince, get them to buy an additional package. You could use your 5 for 5 drawings. Oh, you're already buying 4. Did you know that if you buy a 5th package, you can get an entry into our 5 for 5 drawing? Have you tried the Explore More cookies? They're brand new this year. I think they're delicious. Girl Scout cookies free as well. Have you ever had a frozen Thin Mint? They are amazing, even better than when you have them just straight out of the box. You can bring extra cookies on your cookie deliveries just in case somebody wanted another box, or maybe they see that bright pink package and go, ooh, what's that? That's going to happen a lot. I guarantee it. Ooh, what's that? It's pink. What's pink? Nothing was pink before. You can also advertise. You can use a little reorder note on the boxes that you've already sold on your deliveries. My daughter puts them in a little bag. We reuse our bags from Fred Meyer or Albertsons. And then stapled to that, we put a little, hey, this is what you ordered. And on the back of, hey, this is what you ordered, it says, if you need to order more, here's the way to order more. And it's got her QR code for her digital cookie site. You can leave a little hanger or note on the door if nobody answers. You can also talk to their Ring doorbell if it's recorded. You can bling your booth, make it look fun and exciting, make people want to come over and see what you've got. I mean, obviously you've got your brightly colored rainbow cookie boxes, but if you have a banner or a flag or a big poster, they are more likely to walk over and be like, what is that? I didn't see that one the last time I walked by a Girl Scout. Then asking every person on their way out of that store at that cookie booth. If you don't ask them, you don't know if they're going to stop. I can't tell you how many times, and I know Kim has had this too, where we're walking out of the store and the Girl Scout is either busy with another customer or they don't acknowledge that we walked past at all. And yes, we're recognizable faces, but we'll stop and buy a box of cookies if we're asked. So that is the thing. Ask. You don't know how many people are going to turn around and be like, yeah, I do need a box of Girl Scout cookies. Hand me some Thin Mints. Here's your money.
Kim's absolutely right.
Seen it happen.
Yes, indeed. And I buy every single time I walk by, but I also am not necessarily in my, Sunday best, right? On a Sunday morning, hopping in the Walmart.
Bun.
And so please don't take a look at a person and decide for yourself whether they want cookies or not. Ask everyone. Everyone deserves a chance to have some Girl Scout cookies. They're delicious, they're wonderful, and deciding ahead of time that someone doesn't want some or can't afford some is really not going to help your sale at all. They might want some for themselves, they might want some for friends, they might even tell their friends, oh, hey, I just saw, Girl Scout Kathy at Walmart today, and you need to get down there and get some for yourself. So don't discount anybody just because of how they look or what time it is when you see them.
I had my daughter had a customer come up to her booth, actually this last cookie season, and they were like, yeah, I was at a booth the other day and they didn't have one of the flavors, but I would have bought them if the girl had been interacting with me and asking. But every time I asked a question, Mom was answering. And so she was just like, I was a Girl Scout. This was supposed to be a girls' activity. And then she came to my daughter's booth and my daughter was just saying all the things and doing all of the transactions. And she was just like, this is where I'm stopping. So the one deterrent was that they didn't have one of the flavors, but the biggest deterrent was that the girl wasn't the one doing the interaction. So the last thing you want to remember is make sure that everyone knows you're a Girl Scout, whether that is wearing your vest or your sash or your tunic or just your little insignia pin. Most people do recognize the trefoil symbol and know that you're a Girl Scout, or wear a Girl Scout shirt or a button that says I'm a Girl Scout or ask me about Girl Scout cookies. Now wearing just a Girl Scout shirt, if you're wearing a shirt with one of our cute little mascots, like our ferret or a panda, not our cookie customers don't recognize that as a Girl Scout shirt because that's for you. That is for you girls, the pandas and the axolotls and the ferrets. Our customers don't always know that that's what that's about. So making sure that you wearing a shirt that says Girl Scout or anything like that, or our council logo on it, that's what's going to tell them that you're a Girl Scout, more so than the panda or the ferret. All right. So then who are you able to get to help you? Because we all know that the girls can't do this on their own. Girls, you can ask your parents and your caregivers. These are usually going to be your biggest supporters and your biggest cheerleaders. They're going to be the people who are getting you to your cookie booths, that are helping you deliver your orders, that are taking your order card with your cute little note to work with them. So there are, like I said, girls, there's many things you can do, but you can't do everything without these people. They still have to be involved somehow. Next one is the family outside your home. Those people, they can still champion your sale. They can share your web link on their social medias, around their workplace. They can ask their own friends to purchase cookies from you. I do highly recommend that if you're going to do that with external family and have like Aunt Susie send out your cookie link, to do it for the direct ship only. Because maybe Aunt Susie doesn't, live nearby. Maybe you're in Boise and she's in Idaho Falls, and then she's going to send it to a friend in Idaho Falls who's going to be like, well, where's my cookies? I see girls out at their booths. Well, that's because you ordered from cookies, from the Girl Scout in Boise who was really excited and clicked yes on the I accept the order, and now she can't deliver them in a timely manner. So highly recommend that with the direct ship only link. Another person that can help you out are other troop adults. Are your parents and caregivers struggling to get you to a cookie booth? Is there another adult who's registered that you could carpool with? Do you need some extra help supporting or support talking to your customers? Maybe your troop cookie manager or could set up a walkabout, and you guys can take a couple wagons, go out and support each other and share that transaction at the door, instead of you doing it all on your own. Our next thing is social media. I know one hesitancy about social media for parents right now is that it can be scary. As parents, we don't necessarily want our girls, our teenagers, our high schoolers to be on social media on their own. However, we are getting to a point that social media is becoming a primary method of advertising and shopping. I don't remember the last time I watched an ad on TV or Netflix or whatever and said, I'm going to go check that out and buy that. But yet I'm scrolling through Facebook and go, ooh, what is that hairbrush? I might need that all the time. That's where that advertising is going. So when your family shares on social media for you, that is going to be one of the that is going to be a method that is going to get you some additional customers. So with your adult's permission to use their social media accounts, it can be a great tool. Most grown-ups connect with it at least weekly. Messages can be sent individually, or they can be sent widely to many friends and family all at once. One thing with using it, though, is make sure to be safe on it. If anyone messages you or says something online that makes you uncomfortable, tell your trusted adults. But we don't want to champion, and what we don't want to have happen to you is somebody reaching out to you, starting the conversation with, I'd like to buy Girl Scout cookies, and then saying something that is completely inappropriate. That's not safe for you, not safe for your adults, and we don't want you to have to go through that. In-person sales, still a relevant and a good way to get customers, whether that is going door to door, taking a wagon or a stroller around for a walkabout, doing a lemonade stand on your driveway, or grandma's driveway or auntie's driveway, if you're not available to do that on your own. Doing a cookie booth, either with your troop or with just a parent or trusted adult. And then just in your everyday life, at the store, when you're walking the dog, when you're at the park, when you're on your way to and from school, those are all opportunities to interact with a customer or find a new customer. I think the last thing here we have are some sales tools. First one are business cards. Can go and I've even printed business cards for my daughter on just cardstock, and we cut them up ourselves. They are one of the easiest ways to share your web link or your QR code with somebody who can't get to placing an order in the next 5 minutes. Because if they scan that code, if you're going door to door, they're like, oh, I'll buy some in a little bit. I have to go back one and get my wallet. And they scan your QR code. If they don't process that transaction within a certain number of time, it times out on them. And now they can't get back into your site and they have to find a different Girl Scout. So having access to that business card or the door hanger, which is the next one on here, it gives them access to your code when they go to need to go make that transaction. Also with the door hangers, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a sticky note that you stick on their door that just says, hi, your Girl Scout stopped by about Girl Scout cookies. If you're interested, contact my parent here. And whether the parent wants to give out a cell phone number, an email address, or if you want to just write down your, cookie web link on there, or that QR code again. I love the QR codes. They're so easy. To make that easy for your customers to find you again. Another one are reorder stickers or notes. So these are like a just in case for when you eat the whole box in 1 or 2 sittings, or that last minute, we're going to need some for the freezer to last us until next season. When you deliver that initial order of cookies, you can put that reorder sticker or note with their cookies so that they can come back and be like, oh man, I already ate my whole box of Thin Mints. I need another one. I should have ordered 2. And then they can order more cookies for you to drop off. Another one are flyers. Asking a local business if you can leave a flyer or your business card with your QR code on it. Businesses themselves can even buy cookies too. I actually saw a flyer in a froyo shop and bought cookies from a girl that way because I thought it was the most clever idea to just leave her card there. So that's another way that you can build customers and reach more people. The last tool that I have on here is thank yous. A thank you note is always appreciated. They go a long way. And you can partner that with your QR code for reorders, or a, hey, would you like to get onto my email list for early access next year? So that way they can get into that, January email list. And then they're one of the first couple of orders that are delivered once you have cookies in hand in February. So finally, if you have any questions, you can reach us at customer care through our customer care email or through the phone, and we would love to hear them. Finally, thank you for being here with us today. We appreciate you and all you do for Girl Scouts.
Thanks so much, everyone. Appreciate your time.